All right, guys, we're at Action TCG. We just wrapped up our OTS 20 box tournament. We got the one and only FT Kampa. Got
I'm here.
Second place. Beautiful trophy there.
Should have been first.
So close.
One
so
card
very
off
close.
of first. I lost a really good player.
That was a great game. I wish we could have had that game recorded because it was fantastic.
Yeah, bro. I was playing out of my
was
mind.
like-
I was milling out of my mind. I shouldn't have made it past top 8 or top 4, but I'm insane.
Funny enough, you were the only X2, right?
I was the only X2 in
X2
eighth place.
skimmed in, yeah.
Skimmed in one top 8, one top 4,
Yeah.
and then
You beat Trevor, who was undefeated up until top 8, and then just ran through it from there until you met with Jay.
Yep.
All right, well, show them what you got.
I played Tearlaments. Shout out to Chris LeBlanc, Hani Jahari, and Chris Urena, Gunther. I kind of like took little things from like each of their builds and just found like a good middle ground. So 3 of each tier name. A lot of people do 2 Rhinoheart. I was playing Diviner and Baron, but I ended up cutting the Baron and Diviner just because it didn't come up enough. I think the normal summon for Rhinoheart and just like having another name there came up way more, and in the end it was just way better for me personally. Diviner and Baron is so good though. Like Baron is absolutely insane. And then we played everybody's favorite cards this format. 3 Mudora, 3 Keldo, 3 Yugioh, 3 Kelbeck. A lot of people are like still on Hani's like 3-3-3-1, and I was for a while when I was playing the Diviner in the main deck. I can't remember what I had in place of these, but I was only playing 1 Yugioh. But for this, I honestly was not expecting to hit as many mirror matches as I did. So I was just like, oh, cool. Anybody that I play against, look, I'm milling a bunch all day. And I played a mirror round 1, played a mirror round 4. And actually the 2 mirrors that I played in Swiss were both of my losses. And then I beat a Sprite deck, I beat a Runic deck, and I can't remember what the 5th deck was. And then I beat the mirror in top 8, mirror in top 4, and then I almost won the mirror in the finals. And then you have to play the Herald. People are cutting the Herald, especially when these things are in your hand. It's really good to stop.
You're maxing out on them.
Yeah,
anyway.
Bisteals, or like if you do end up milling into their stuff, you don't have to worry about like 1 shuffler. They have to hit 2. And then just against other decks, like against Sprite, like heralding the Gigantic is insane. So I really like Herald. It needed to go to 1 though. And then I played, this is what I took from Hani's list that he posted, I think a week and a half ago specifically. 3 King of the Swamps and a Polymerization. Being able to fusion summon a 4th time makes the deck, like the deck's already great, but being able to fusion summon a 4th time, I was ending on boards where it was like Abyss Dweller, Kaleido Heart, Rukalos, Drago Stapelia, and the Dark World Grapho Fusion that just came out of the new starter deck, and with a Havness in hand and the field spell up and Sulik, and it's just like it's not even like win more, it's just like you're not winning. Onto the spells, the 1 Scream and the 4 field spells, Terraforming, just another copy. There was times when I milled 2 of these and I just wanted to like burn a shuffler, and I put them back, and just being able to like still get to your stuff. So it's like even if you use this first turn, you get this, and then it pops, or like if you just need an extra card to shuffle back off of one of your shuffler effects, throwing the Terraforming back in, just get you another one. I actually did that, and I drew another one of these in top 4 to be able to search for another monster and put enough damage on board to go for game. And then you have to play Instant Fusion because the card's insane. Yeah. 3 Triple Tactics Talent. I wasn't sold on this card. A lot of the times it's either the best card in your hand or the worst card in your hand. And
it's like it could be talents or it could be anything else.
Anything else, yeah. I drew it when it mattered, and there was like one time I had it dead. Actually in the finals I had it kind of dead where he just didn't do anything, and I ended up just setting it, and he played around it like it was a Sulik and ended up losing because of it. So losing game 1, but and then just 1 of each trap. If you mill them, you can shuffle them back. This being able to add stuff that gets Bistioled is really good. And then Scream can just get like, Kit Ghost is going to search you 1 of them. And then the normal combo with like doing Kaleido Heart, making him pop himself with the Perlerino after you fusion for him. And then you send the Scream and you get the other one. You can get them pretty consistently. It was 40 cards for the main. I'll go extra next. So these are all in every Tearlament deck. Some people are still on double kit, but I really don't think it's necessary. There are really weird times. Another cool thing about this is after you resolve the effects, this build specifically with the King of the Swamps, you can substitute this to make Rukalos in place of Kitkalos. So if your Kitkalos does get banished and you can't get to put Crime in the grave to put it back, you can still make your Rukalos with the King of the Swamp, and I think that's pretty neat. But these 6 fusions never change. And then because I played the King of the Swamp and the Polys, another part of the part I took from Hani was Grapha and Guardian Chimera. Guardian Chimera is kind of wild. If you need to draw extra cards against like rogue matchups, it's also pretty okay in the mirror because they can't target your stuff down with like Solik. Actually, one of my mirror games, I ended up losing the match, but one of the games I won because I went polymerization for this. All I had was a Solik and a monster on the field, and I just attacked over it. And then I played in main phase 2, shuffled his Solik back with Kaleido Heart, and it was over. Grapha, I'm still not sold on. He's in here, and he's pretty good. People just don't know how to play around it. But what I am seeing is, like, if you actually have to play through multiple things, sometimes you only end with, like, 1 or 2 cards in your hand. Like, I had the option in my finals game 1 to either hold Herald of Orange Light and the Yugioh I had in my hand to use for this, or use the Herald of Orange Light. And I ended up using the Herald, but because of how everything else went in the turn, I shuffled my Kitkalos back to make something else. I think to make Dragostapelia. And then I fused for the Kitkalos on his turn, and I searched another card so that way I could use Grapha. It was pretty cool. You just got to make sure that everything's going to pan out and you don't run out of cards. These are pretty much also the same in a lot of decks. People are like, Zeus is kind of getting like put in every tier deck now, which I kind of like because like Baguska, people don't know that when he's in attack mode, he can't die by battle or be targeted. Yeah. I'm reading. No, he can't target him. You can't target him with card effects, and he can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So you can still smash into something that's in defense and then just make Zeus. A lot of people are cutting Redoer, and I really like Redoer. Redoer would have won me my finals game if I had one more tier name in my grave, because I had one of my side deck Gammas in my hand, and he had Rukalos. But yeah, Dweller's mandatory. Beatrice, people don't care to play it if they don't play Bystials, but I feel like everybody else, even the non-tier decks, are playing Bystials. So if you go like Dark, which is the last 2, obviously, Dark Sprint. If you go Dark and you summon their Magnuma, you can make your Garura and then overlay for Beatrice, detach the Garura on their turn, get a draw, and you get to fuse. A lot of people also looked weird at me when I would go Sprint after I already used Merly's effect. And then I would put 2 4s on the board, I already have them there, and I'd like overlay for Dweller. And when Dweller summoned, you can trigger Sprint, detach material from him, bounce something on the field. So it's just little interactions that people don't usually see. Other than if I keep the King of the Swamps in, I think these are the only 2 cards that would come in and out depending on the list, but all the other ones are arguably like mandatory, I would think, with how the deck's going. Side deck, not proud that I had to play this card. I won one of my Swiss rounds, and I won my top 4 game because of it. But when everybody's milling a bunch, you just gotta account for the games going a little further than you would hope.
Well, you're either running something like this or the Nun.
The Nun, the 3.
Yeah,
so that was where my list differed from Gunther's winning list. Was I felt like this is just easy to get to, and in time, like I know the Nun's better for whenever you're going second and you want them to like stop their turn, like you chain it to a Sharon and they're not going to be able to burn you for 2k with 1 scatter shot. I think you can do like 15 at the most. But yeah, I like the spooky dogwood, but this is just easier to get to.
Yeah.
And most of the time I win game 1s, so I can scoop game 2 with like 4 minutes left, side deck, and then just play appropriately and get to use the scatter shot to win. Gamma package, I think this is good against every deck going second. Even with the threat of Rukalos, like you can Gamma a Dweller. Some people don't prioritize Rukalos in the mirror match, and usually game 1 will tell you that if they do or don't, depending on if they go first or not, obviously. But I just think that this is like almost staple in just about every side deck, because like we're at the point now to where like outside of Bystials and just like Havness, there's not too many like power hand traps. Like back in like Dragon Ruler format, you had to play like Nib, or not Dragon Ruler, Dragon Link, sorry. I've been playing a lot of 2013 on TV. Back in like Dragon Link format and even like Adventure Punk, like earlier this year when everybody was doing like Adventure Prank Kids and stuff too, you had to have like 2 hand traps. So like Nib Gamma, Nib Imperm to get around the Griffin Rider and still resolve your Nib was crazy. But you don't really need the Nib now because your deck does so much on its own. But I feel like Gamma is just there to like get the blowouts even further. And then sometimes it literally saves you when you're going second. I sided 1 Called By and 1 Heartbeat. Didn't name the Heartbeat. Called By was weird because I initially put it in for when I was going first against shifter decks. And I did not play against a single shifter deck today, except for Sprite, but he didn't open shifter, thank Lord.
You skipped over the Flounders next.
Yeah, I skipped. There was like, what, 3, 4 in the room today?
It was 2 Flounders, and then there was an Exosister.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
Shifters.
So the only person that sided against me was the Sprite, and a Kashtira that played shifter. Yes. But yeah, Called By is still solid. I would put it in the mirror, just in case, if I was going first, depending on the player too, because you can't always play against the deck. You have to play against the players. You see how people play. I had it against my second mirror match loss in Swiss, and I couldn't trigger it when I wanted to because we had both milled off of a Yugioh, and we milled the same name. So it shuts you out of your name, but if it can stop them from putting stuff up, then it's cool. Heartbeat's just there for a somewhat searchable out to like a Floodgate or anything like that. It helped against the Runic deck that I played. It was able to go Kid Close into this, and it doesn't. Their fusions only prevent destruction; they don't prevent shuffling back. So I Kaleido Hearted his Dark Bribe, and then I Heartbeated the Fountain out of the way, and then killed him. And then the last 6. If I would have known how my tournament was going to go today, I probably would have sided Bystials, or maybe I probably would have just sided them. But this is for Flunder and Sprite. This more so Sprite than this. But yeah, just the 1 card I get to play, and you can't really do too many things. Sometimes you put this maybe like 1 or 2 of against Sprite, depending on like what else they're playing. You see how they play game 1, obviously, if you can. But yeah, clearing smashes is okay. But like even if you Dark Ruler them, like only having to deal with the smashes isn't the worst thing. And then a lot of people were siding Zombie World and Necro World Banshee for the Flunder matchup. But that was a thing that I took from Chris. And I think Chris mentioned it during Hani's deck profile. Where he was just like, yeah, I noticed like I was losing to Flunder, so I put in Zombie Rolls and stuff, and I was just like, man, I wish this was Lightning Storm. Hani even said he would replace the Droplets in his side with Lightning Storms, and yeah, funny enough, Droplet was the beginning of my demise in the finals. So yeah, that's the deck. I enjoyed it. Honestly, milling is fun. You know, I played Lightsworn back in there. Yeah, bro. I just wish the minute that I can play Judgment Dragon again, I'm just like full opulence.
We need a errata to make it a quick effect.
Oh god, oh, yeah, 'cause we had priority. Oh no, oh that was insane. But yeah, shout out to Action TCG and Lost Treasure Collectibles. Thanks for having us. Wonderful folks, wonderful shop. If y'all are in the Slidell, Southern Louisiana area, definitely come by and check them out. Shout out to all the wonderful people with Source Gaming, Hani, Pack, Crystal Plug. Shout out to Jose. Lechuga y tomate y pepino y mayonesa. Let's go. Yeah. Shout out to my lovely girlfriend, Aurora. Y'all can go and check out. I don't have any of her field centers in this box because this isn't my main deck box. But that's why I've been playing Sprite and not this deck, so I'm doing that. But go check out her Etsy. I'm gonna get the wonderful people uploading this video to link that down in the comments. She makes custom field centers, tokens, and she takes commissions. Anything you could possibly imagine on a field center.
She does nice work.
Yeah, shout out to Haitham Jahari also. Love you.
Let's go, Hani's brother.
Let's go, Hani's brother.
All right, well, thanks for coming out today. Congratulations. Good job.
Thank you. Appreciate it.